Morning, everybody. How you guys doing this morning? So this is Johnny Eliades here, and I want to speak to you guys quickly about what are you doing when you wake up. That's my parrot in the background, wanting to get involved in this conversation. So every morning when you wake up, how do you wake up? What rituals do you have? Because we need to understand that human beings are creatures of habit. So whatever you do when you wake up will have a great effect on how you're going to act, how you're going to respond for the rest of the day. So I have a few things that I want to share with you that I believe is very important in waking up and having an outstanding day. Because you got to live intentionally. You got to live intentionally. You got to decide up front that how I'm going to live, what kind of day am I going to have, what kind of life I'm going to have. You can't leave your life to chance. So about a year ago, I designed a program called the Daily Power Up Journal. And it's a book that I did, and the book is very simple. It's how to develop daily rituals. If I can just show you this was the book that I started up, and I want to speak to you about that. You know what I've realized lately? Everything on camera is reversed, and last time I was wearing my cap, live with greatness, and if you look at live in reverse, it says evil. So I got to be careful of that. But what actually I did is I took certain key things that are important in order to build a habit. Because once you build a habit, if you keep doing certain things for 60 days, you're going to build a habit. And if you can build that habit to do that daily, your life's going to change. Now, what are key things that I believe you should have in a journal book? I have it in the daily 12-week Power Up journal book, but what I want you to understand is not about the journal book, it's about you building habits. It's about you coming and saying, you know what, I'm no longer going to leave my life to chance. I'm no longer just going to wake up and just do things by chance. I'm going to live intentionally. And you got to start working up here, because whatever's happening in your mindset, whatever's happening in your heart is a reflection of what's happening outside. So what you got to do is build that up. Now, what are the key things? One, you got to start by being grateful. So every single day, take 5 things. Just write the 5 things that you're grateful for. My first thing that I write down, and the reason why I did a journal book is because when you're writing it, it connects with you. You actually getting more senses involved. You're actually physically writing it. You're reading it. You're seeing it. You're thinking about it. You're in the process of doing all this. My personal first one that I write every single day is, thank you, God, for the gift of this day. You know, every single day is a gift. No one's guaranteed of a day. Every single day is a gift. And I thank God every single day that I have a gift of this day. And when you start seeing that, you start realizing that most challenges, problems that you have are really going to be immaterial within time. Okay, and if you really look you see, you can look at it 2 ways. How important are you in the bigger speck of the universe? You're like a little speck in the bigger picture of the universe. How important you are as a person? How important are you to God? How important are you to the universe? You're very important. You're the most important. That's how you should see yourself. Okay. But in saying that, be careful that you don't become arrogant about it. You're most important in your heart, so that just says that you are important in this universe, but that doesn't take away that everyone else is just as important. And you've got to serve other people, and your reason for being on this planet is to serve and contribute and help others to become better. And because in helping others become better, that's how you become better. That's just how it works. And if you're all the time just serving yourself, you'll realize that there will be gaps in your heart, and you won't live the life that you're meant to live. So I start off every day by writing 5 things that I feel that I'm grateful for. Thank you that I can see. Thank you that I can talk. Thank you for the love in my life. Thank you, God, for everything that's great. Thank you, God, for the knowledge I have. Thank you, God, that I could go to a course. Thank you, God, for this. That's the way I do it. You can do it your own way, but it must be something personal. Okay? I believe everything I have in this world is a gift from God, and that's why I do it that way. Then the second stage of this is you gotta have a vision and a mission. You gotta read that. You see, your mission and vision, you gotta read it twice a day. I got that from Think and Grow Rich, where Napoleon Hill wrote in his book Think and Grow Rich, where he learned from the greatest people in the world that you've got to have a vision and a mission. You've got to read it daily. It's got to imprint in your mind. You've got to know exactly where you're going to. Everything needs to be aligned in your life. That is how you get there. And then you've got to read your purpose, and then you've got to divide your life into categories of improvement. You've got to understand that you can't be doing everything. You've got to have certain categories. So I believe there are 3 areas of categories. There's myself. That could be your physical health, your religion, your knowledge, your mindset. There are 5 or 6 things that are categories of improvement. Then your relationships. If you don't work on your relationships, you're going to have a not empowering life. You're going to have situations in your life, because life is made up of relationships. Go to any businessman, he'll say the number of relationships will determine how successful you are in business. The other thing that you've got to look at is your value. What value? And people call it career and money. I call it value, because you only make money when you add value to other people's lives. You've got to give first. You've got to contribute first. So you look at your categories of improvement, certain areas that never change, that constantly have to be improved on. And then you write, third step is, what did I learn from yesterday? What did I learn from yesterday? How did I grow from yesterday? And then you go to the area of really getting quiet, and that is meditating, breathing, exercise. So I have those categories in my journal book that I tick. Did I meditate today? Did I breathe today? Did I go in gym today? Did I drink enough water today? Did I sleep my 8 hours? These are key things for the physical body to move properly, because a lot of times, and recently I've been going on that traveling, and I haven't been eating very well, and I feel like I'm getting out of shape a bit, and when I do this daily journal book, it gets me back into present, and it shows me, listen, Johnny, you're not operating effectively. You're not breathing properly. You're not drinking enough water in a day. Your sleeping habits are changing. You need to get back into line, because your whole body, you can feel it, that your energy is not there. And it helps me to get, because now I have a daily power up journal book that is actually getting me focused. It's building me my habits. And then lastly, what you got to do is, I always believe your life is in 3 areas. Your, like I just mentioned, myself, my relationships, and my value. And then you got to say, today, what am I going to do in those 3 areas of my life? What will I do today intentionally in those 3 areas of my life? And when you start, now, you guys, everything I've done in here is living intentionally. I'm setting myself up for success. I'm quieting my mind through meditation, because if you get into the present moment, you realize there are no challenges. There are no problems in that area. So I encourage you to do this daily. Okay? I encourage you to power up yourself and live an intentional life. So with that, I want to share that with you today. Get quiet, do these things every day, and live with greatness. Get your greatness out there. Live with passion. Get your vitality up there. Go into the world and just conquer the world and do what you want to do. With that, this is Johnny Eliades, your success strategist, and I will see you guys at the top. Live an amazing life. Thank you.